So I want to read a couple different quotes from Matt LaFleur after yesterday's loss to the Raiders. LaFleur had a few different things to say, and we'll start off here. He said this, obviously searching for a little bit of answers right now. I think this week will give us an opportunity to kind of go back. I thought we did that over the mini-bye, but we've got to find something to get us going to jumpstart us. And I think right now, when you look at the Packers offense the past few weeks, they've greatly struggled in the first half, struggled also in the second half as well, but they're the first Packers team to not score more than 3 points in 3 straight games in the first half since like 1990. The running game hasn't been great. Luckily, yesterday, A.J. Dillon was able to get going a little bit. It wasn't like a great game, but it was I'd say it's a fine game for A.J. Dillon, who I think struggled the first few weeks of the season. And if you look at the Packers, last game, we started off going like 6 straight passes. This week, we start off, I think 5 of the first 7 plays were runs. And so this is a Packers team that just hasn't really been able to figure it out. I thought coming into the year that we would have a very good rushing attack. That has not been the case. We're currently, I believe, 28th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. Of course, Aaron Jones not being there hurts us, but still, in light of that, the Packers' run blocking unit has not been great, and the Packers just have no answers when it comes to passing, when it comes to running the ball, and Matt LaFleur seems to not exactly know what the answer is here for a Packers team that is consistently struggling on the offensive side of the ball. And I think I thought, looking at Matt LaFleur and his ability to scheme open receivers, I think we saw a lot of that the first couple weeks, but the past few weeks, there haven't really been any plays where we were like, man, that guy was wide open coming across the field. Jordan Love, had it easy there. It just seems like the receivers aren't open. We're throwing tons of like little screens to the outside for 1 yard. This week the Packers were not aggressive on offense at all. Before this game, Jordan Love had the highest average depth of target in the NFL, and in this game, it was incredibly low. The Packers were barely pushing the ball down the field, and Matt LaFleur even said that, after the game that he thought the Packers maybe should have, stuck to the run even more. And so it's just concerning with all the talent we have here on offense, especially the speed and the receiver weapons, that we weren't able to do anything against the Raiders defense that was ranked 24th in scoring defense in the NFL. So LaFleur definitely, is going to take some time this bye week to try to figure out what the problem is. And as he said right now, he doesn't exactly know what that is. Let me read this other small quote here. He said this, in the second half, we got under center predominantly for a majority of the second half. I thought that really helped us. Some more downhill runs. And I think, running the ball is great. The Packers were able to get some things going yesterday against the Raiders on the ground. But we're going to need to, LaFleur's going to need to figure out how to get this passing offense clicking, because I know Jordan Love didn't have a great game. He made some really, really poor decisions in that game, throwing 3 picks overall. But at some point, we have a ton of speed. We have a ton of receiver talent, tight end talent. I do think there are times where obviously they're not doing exactly what they're supposed to. If you guys were watching the game last night, Matt LaFleur was really chirping at Luke Musgrave after a play, and it seemed as if Musgrave did not do what he was supposed to do. And so this is one of the youngest teams in the NFL. And, you'd hope that as time goes by, they solve some of these issues and are able to, be a somewhat average to above average passing unit. And right now, LaFleur has not been able to figure out how to get this offense going, especially when it comes to passing the ball, running the ball. Nothing's really working right now for the Packers. And so hopefully LaFleur can go to this bye, cook something up, and figure out what to do going forward. But just wanted to share a few of his quotes from after yesterday's game. And if you guys want to see my other NFL videos, I have a second channel where I post 3 times a week currently. I posted one today. You can check that out. I'll leave it linked in the description down below. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.